Hey guys, what's going on? This is ggurface and I'll be casting a bunch of games based on the Intel Extreme Masters. We're at the group stage and currently DuckloadRa is fighting against LiquidTLO. The group stage means everyone is fighting everybody else and nobody's hugging it out. DuckloadRa is playing as the red Protoss at the 12 o'clock position and LiquidTLO is playing as the blue Terran at the 6 o'clock position. Both these players are pretty well known, and we should expect some very high level play. I always get excited when a replay pack gets released, and when it gets released I cannot do anything else but watch it. I love watching replays as it is my main source of learning how to play. I feel like most of my games I'm either so much higher level than my opponent or they're so much higher level than I. It was already pretty much predetermined before we even start playing, even though the Diamond League is pretty small, but that's how I feel. And here we do see DuckloadRa is scouting the wrong direction, and we see a barracks coming up relatively soon, maybe, perhaps, and a gateway comes out for DuckloadRa, and barracks is being placed at the entrance of the ramp for LiquidTLO. Haven't casted any games with LiquidTLO in quite a bit, but I am looking forward to watching this game because he is one of those very good players. He did start out as random earlier during the phase of beta, as well as I think the good portion of the first retail part, but he did manage to decide and stick with Terran, as he thought that I think his loss rate with Protoss was unacceptable for his standard, so that's why he decided to go with Terran. Not really sure why he didn't want to go with Zerg. In any event, some harassment going on inside the Terran base. Maybe he'll want to put the probe around here to prevent the add-on from going up. No, he's actually just scouting, and the SCV does not scout successfully in the first time, and DuckloadRa takes a mineral, and the first Marine is actually being trained as we see these blinking lights, so that should alert this little probe that it's time to go home, perhaps, if he does not want to lose his life. And the Marine will be able to come out right now, and the probe does see it, and the probe is running away with the mineral that he stole from LiquidTLO's base. That precious 5 minerals. Chrono boost being used on the probes. At the moment the probes are moving back, and we do see one Zealot, and we do see a core going down, and as well as an assimilator. As usual, many people usually skip this first Zealot. We'll see what he does with the first Zealot. Maybe he'll try to get rid of the SCV, but the SCV actually runs pretty fast. So yeah, I don't think the Zealot's going to be able to chase it. And then we do see one Stalker coming up. Just one gas for both players currently, and we do see an add-on. It will be a tech lab as well as a factory coming up for LiquidTLO. The Zealot's still chasing around, and DuckloadRa has opted to get his second gas just about the same time that LiquidTLO gets his gas. And wow, this SCV was actually able to escape because the Stalker was stuck behind that patch of minerals. And we do see maybe a proxy pylon going down for the Protoss player for DuckloadRa. And yes, we do see a proxy pylon, because I don't think there's any reason he would be scouting there, as I don't think LiquidTLO, no matter how wild he is, I don't think he's going to put an expansion right next to the base of DuckloadRa. That would be kind of silly. We do see 2 Zealots guarding the ramp. Would this be enough to deter the SCV? I think it is at the moment. We do see the probe going to test the entrance, perhaps, of LiquidTLO. No, the Stalker is inside the base, and we do see one Hellion, couple of Marines, 2 Marines, and 1 Marauder coming up, and this Stalker deciding whether or not he wants to progress through. And we do see these units getting up to the towers, and perhaps we will, oh no, it's only 3 gate. I thought it was going to be a 4 gate. And we do see one robotics facility. LiquidTLO has not scanned. He doesn't know exactly what's going on inside the base of DuckloadRa just yet. And I think DuckloadRa might be thinking about getting an expansion. He puts down a pylon, and this one Hellion is coming inside, and will be able to get inside the base. Yes, he will be able to get inside the base, and he will now be able to see that he is putting down a robotics facility. And now the Hellion is hightailing out of there, and an expansion goes up after he leaves, I think. Yes, he doesn't know about the expansion just yet, as the expansion, the Nexus, did go up after the Hellion leave the premises. warp gate is done, and these gateways are being turned into warp gates, whereas a Raven, a 1-1 build is being utilized by LiquidTLO. The 1-1 build very, very popular because it's very versatile, as you probably would not be able to get cheesed by any particular build by your opponent, as it is a very versatile build. This Hellion hopping up onto the tower will be able to see that this one Stalker is coming, and he does have additional 2 Hellions coming out to help, and they will try to fight off this one Stalker, and the Stalker is trying to run for it, but I think the Hellion should be able to outrun him and maybe take it down. This Stalker really needs to micro and get out of there, and he decides not to, and he wanted to trade for 1 Hellion, but he was not able to get that traded because he was a little bit slow to get his buddy over. And we do see 1 Immortal coming out for DuckloadRa, and a second factory, more additional barracks, and a reactor being paired with a barracks. The unit compositions are rather interesting. Only 1 Immortal at this time, and a Banshee is coming out for LiquidTLO. Probably do some backdoor harassment. 2 Banshees coming out, actually, sorry, excuse me. And we do see the factory has stopped production of the Hellions for the moment, and we don't see any upgrades yet for anybody, as they're just gathering up units, trying to gauge each other's builds at the moment. Let's see, LiquidTLO still does not see the base of DuckloadRa. That might prove to be a difference, as there is a significant difference in the income per minute there, about 300 minerals per minute difference, and he's only taking now the 3rd refinery, and this group of forces going to move out. It's a very, very nice unit mix. Marines, Marauders, Hellions. And this probe actually was able to see that there was 2 Hellions and probably a Raven. It was probably able to gather that much information from this, and we do see DuckloadRa is warping in some units to try and deal with this. He's trying to get in a good position. He's getting a 2nd observer out. He probably could have better spent that gas elsewhere, in my opinion, but in any event, we're going to see a battle relatively soon. I think these units will want to engage, and I think if we can get the point defense drone, and actually that would help severely. And a point defense drone does go up, and it's nullifying the missile attacks of the Protoss player, but it does go down. And then here we see a major engagement. He's trying to get the Guardian Shield up. He does get the Guardian Shield up. Right now is focus firing each other. The Guardian Shield does go down, and he does focus fire on all the sentries, and the sentries do go down. And right now the forces, the Zealots are being kited, and I don't think there's any way for DuckloadRa to come back from that, as he doesn't have any additional units, and this 1 Zealot is constantly being kited. And then we do see 3 Banshees and 1 Stalker hightailing out of there, waiting for his buddies to respawn. He really needs to wait for these warp gates to cool down. He does chrono boost them, and he does get 3 more Stalkers, and these Stalkers are shooting at the 1 Marauder, while these Banshees are trying to engage the Stalker head on, and this Stalker is caught out of position, and the second 2 Stalkers are trying to get in as well. The Orator is set down, working its magic on the Nexus. Not quite sure if that's a good way to use it, but it does start shooting, and then more Stalkers are getting warped in. Does this have enough energy for another point defense zone? No, it does not. It only doesn't have enough energy for it, but this Raven is paying for itself, in that it creates the provides detection for the Terran player LiquidTLO, and more additional reinforcements, Marines and Banshee showing up. A lot of Stalkers and 1 Immortal getting force fired right away, taken down. And these Stalkers are not going to stick it out, as these Banshees and Marines are too heavy for us to be dealt with, and he really needs to figure out another composition to deal with this. And I think maybe he shouldn't have expanded, because that's a lot of minerals, and these Marines are focus firing, and DuckloadRa does call GG. Well, thanks for watching game number 1. If you like it, please do subscribe. This is ggurface. See you guys in next game. Thanks.